Hi, I'm Gary Benjamin, and I'm here today to interact with some of our stakeholders. We use our weather information, and we will try to figure out who they are and try to get a little more closer to them today. Could you tell me your name at this time?
Hi, my name is Amit Siram.
My name is Robert Ruplam.
Hello, my name is Sean Harris.
Hi, I'm Shana Khan.
I am Carol Giles.
My name is Joanna Friday Bartholomew.
My name is Travis Adams.
Let's start off with a major question. How do you use our weather information?
Well, in my organization every day utilize the Met Service information that we convey to the flying public to ensure safety in the air. And of course efficiency for airlines that use this.
Well, we use two types of weather information from the Meteorological Office, tidal data as well as wind data. The tidal data influences what vessels could go from point A to point B and what type of vessels can be used in one area to the next. It also assists in how to move the direction of the vessel from A to B or B to C.
All right, so from what I'm getting, you manage vehicle vessels, or you go out with the vessels personally?
Both of them.
Oh, so you...
So we use your weather information on a daily basis, right? Almost 24/7, you can say, right? We use it to put out public advisories. We use it to issue early warning and preparedness guidelines. We even use your information to help guide the regional corporations as to which areas may be impacted as opposed to others.
So basically, you know what, Shana? I remember that name is a nice name. You know what? You sound like you are the Met Office. How do you use our weather information?
Okay, the organization that I belong to use the Met Office information on a daily basis. It's very critical to our operations, and when the weather changes, we need to be on top of it to know how to change our operations as well.
Okay, so when you take our weather information, and I take it the time you have is 24-hour information you need?
We could utilize 24-hour information, but it's most critical within our operating times, which is 3 in the morning to about midnight every day.
Okay, when we get the advisory from Met Office, we pass it on to the administrative arm, the technical team, and we even have some community groups out there. We pass it on to them, so we will all be on the same page and a state of readiness.
Okay, so you interact with community groups as your stakeholder, or are they part of your...
They are part of.
They are part of your organization?
Most of them voluntary.
Voluntary. So your organization have to see also about cleaning the drains? Cleaning,
we have part of it who try to be out there to see if you could catch them showing it, which is very hard. Yes.
How do you use our weather information?
Well, the Met information is very important to start with. It's critical to what we do. Right? We use it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and the span or the scope of which we use the Met information is not just in the air, but also looking at the oceanographic data and how it affects Caribbean, not just locally.
So you use tides and things like that, right?
Yes.
And I suppose so your area, when you take our information, your area covers the whole of the Caribbean.
That's correct.
Let me see if I get it right, with special interest for Trinidad and Tobago.
Well, primary interest.
Primary interest. I like to call myself special sometimes. Do you ever check our information to see if it's correct?
Yes, we actually contribute to some of the information. So when we get your information either online, via the mobile app as well, or even speaking directly with forecasters, what we'll do is if we go out there and we see something different, we'll actually send back a report saying that, it was forecasted this, but however, this is what we experienced.
When I get your weather information, I would sometimes send it to Corpcom, that part of the organization, but sometimes I would take action because I always have an audience, so I would give the information directly. I wouldn't say just how you said it, but I would break it down.
All right, I want to find out, it's only in Trinidad and Tobago you deal with?
Yes, and part of Trinidad and Tobago I deal with.
Only part of it?
Yes, but we have adjoining counties. So you would send the information just in
like
case.
Yours.
Yes.
So we would be sending information to your body, to other similar bodies throughout Trinidad and Tobago.
Yes.
And when do you access your weather information? What time of the day?
Well, it don't have no special time when we're ready to go to work, because we work different times of the day.
Any time of the day?
Any time of the day.
Okay, yeah.
Right?
But
So whenever we're ready to go, we just access the
you don't close?
No, don't close.
So if you close, what would happen?
Well, I don't think we should close.
So
if we close with people starve.
Let me ask you this. Your company have a door on it?
Not really. Door always open.
So
It's open.
It's big open space?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So one more thing. Do you get seasick?
Not really.
All right, thank you. I have interviewed a number of our stakeholders, and what I am attempting to do now after the interviews is to try to see if I can guess by the interaction what body or what organization they came from. And right now, I want to find out if I'm that good of a guesser, and maybe that could translate into my meteorology. So, anybody who I got wrong could raise their hand. Wow. Did I get everybody correctly? So now that I've interviewed the stakeholders and I've guessed each of the agencies and the organizations correctly, I will just have them come up one by one and say something about their organization and probably how they interact with Met Office.
Good day. I represent the Trinidad and Tobago Air Guard, and we are the aerial arm of the Defense Force. And Met service is very critical to us because we both do flying type operations as well as other national security or defense related operations that require Met and oceanographic data in order to make decisions and make operational type decisions to help save lives as well as contribute to the national security of Trinidad and Tobago.
Hi, I represent health. Specifically, I work in the Eastern Regional Health Authority, and we all know that the nation's health is the nation's wealth. So we must pay attention to our health. Where I work, they consider me like a part of the Met Office. They say, where are you getting paid? Who has to make the pay for you? So that is to say that I am always in constant association with the Met Office, who gives almost really critical information for what I do.
I am Carol Charles, representing the Tunapuna-Piako Regional Corporation Disaster Management Unit, and our unit works closely with Met Office via phone, WhatsApp, email, name it, and we will continue to work with Met Office, especially now that we had places like Greenville, St. Helena, Kelly, Caroni, and these places. Some places still under a little water, so we'll continue to work closely with you all.
Hi, my name is Shana Khan and I am from the ODPM. Right, we are happy to work together with the Met Office and especially with their timely reports. Thank you.
So my name is Sean Harris. I represent Public Transport Service Corporation, and we really enjoy the relationship that we have with the Met Office of Trinidad and Tobago. We have seen just recently in the recent poor weather conditions where the Met Office timely and accurate information allowed us not only to make strategic decisions where our stakeholders and passengers were concerned, but also we saw instances where our staff were adversely affected. We were very able, owing to this information, to not only modify our schedules, but also to allow the bus schedules to best cater to persons who may have been stranded owing to the poor weather and flooding conditions.
Hi, I'm Azad Mohammed. I represent the Trinidad and Tobago United Fisher Folks and also the Blue River Bamboo Conopia Fishing Association. we depend on the Met Office for our tidal information and weather information. That is critical to us every day. Thank you.
Hi, good day. I am from the Trinidad and Tobago Coast Guard, and we use meteorological information for humanitarian relief, search and rescue, and routine operations for the protection of our borders.
Good morning. My name is Robert Ruppel from the Trinidad and Tobago Civil Aviation Authority. My job is an air traffic controller. What is an air traffic controller? His job or her job is to maintain a safe, orderly, and expeditious flow of air traffic. And when I say safe, to prevent collisions between aircraft in the air and in the ground. The information provided by the Met Office is vital in these three descriptions of air traffic: safe, orderly, and expeditious. An example is Hurricane Maria last year, October. The interaction with the Trinidad and Tobago Meteorological Service was vital in that they were giving up-to-date information via an acronym called SIGMET, where we could have used that to give information to pilots to avoid this weather, so that the aircraft can be safe. We closed off certain routes that Hurricane Maria were affecting, and we opened up other routes so that an aircraft leaving the Piaco airspace going into another airspace can be safe while flying. Thank you.
So the representative has spoken. They have said how they use our information, and you can see how important it is to them and how they take it seriously, and I hope that you do too. So take care for now.